Hi, thank you for tuning in to watch my third video. I would just like to say a big thank you to everybody who's been following and subscribing. I've had some beautiful feedback from people and it's making it really worthwhile. So today's video is going to be about crystals and how they've helped me with mental health, suffering with anxiety, how I've brought them into my home, and I just want to share what I've learned about crystals and the research I've done into them. So today I'm going to start with, I'm just going to get all the stuff out of the way of my notes, and then afterwards I can kind of waffle on about the crystals. So I'm just going to read off some notes and facts for you. So basically I want to talk about the chakras within the body. We're going to talk about the 7 chakras today, which is kind of the basic chakras. There is many more chakras, and hopefully at a later date I'll go on to do a video with much more depth all about the other chakras, but today we're just going to concentrate on the 7. So also I'm just going to show you a little picture in a minute, and it's going to show you where the chakras sit within the body. So what I would do, I'll show you this little diagram. It might make much more sense to you. So as you look at this picture, you will see this is how the 7 chakras sit in the body. So the lowest chakra down here is going to be your root chakra. Then it's going to go moving on to your sacral chakra. Then it's going to go to your solar-plexus. Then it's going to go to your heart, then your throat, then your third eye, and then your crown. So that is where the 7 chakras sit within the body. So now I'm just going to share with you a bit more information about that. So your lowest chakra, the colour that resonates with that, this is your root chakra. So that is going to be red and brown in colour. Then as it moves up, it's going to go into your sacral chakra. So this is going to go into an orange tone. Then as it moves up into your solar plexus, it's going to go into a yellow colour. As it moves further up into your heart chakra, it's going to go to a green. Then from the heart, it goes to the throat. The throat chakra is going to be blue. Then it goes to your third eye, which can be indigo to a bluish purple in colour. Then your crown chakra, it says rich purples and violets. But the 7 crystals I've laid out today for the actual 7 chakras, I've used clear quartz as the crown chakra, which can be used. And as you learn more about crystals and do more research, you will start to realise you don't just link colours to chakras. A green crystal that is for the heart chakra could also actually work other chakras, and that could be because of the mineral compound or the properties of the crystal. So that's a bit more advanced work really, but today we're just going to talk about the basics and the colours and the 7. So what I've done here, I've laid out just some tumble stones, as you can see. So like the reddish brown would be your root, then you can go into like more of an orangey gold. This is a gold stone, that would be perfect for your sacral chakra. Then you would go up into your solar plexus, so like we said, yellow, these are all tumbles. Then you would go to your heart chakra, then it would be your throat chakra, then you would go to your third eye, and then it would be your crown. So this is how they would kind of sit. And to work your chakras, you can do guided meditations, which would be, you would be listening to the voice, so it would go through the colours, it would circulate them all so they're all working perfect. You can meditate without music and crystals. So there's many different ways you can work your chakras. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to tell you about the 7 chakras and what they really do. So the root chakra, the key qualities for this chakra are physical power, strength, physical self, and self-preservation. If you was having an unbalanced chakra, your root chakra would be, you could be experiencing things like lower back pain, rheumatism, anger, you could be stuck in the past, stuck in routines, you could have problems with your hips and legs and calves. So a balanced root chakra, you would have good health, stamina, developed instincts, and good preservation within the body. So as you then move on to the sacral chakra, the key qualities for that are sexual desires, pleasures, self-esteem, self-image, creativity, things like that. So an unbalanced sacral chakra, you would be finding you would have a lack of energy flow throughout the whole entire body. You would be doubting your own value. You could be unbalanced by stress. There could be eating problems, low self-confidence and esteem. So a balanced sacral chakra, you would have much better acceptance for love and desire in your life. You would approve of oneself. You would have balanced emotions, self-confident, and positive energy flow throughout the whole body. So as I'm reading these off, you can kind of see how the chakras kind of work. So the solar plexus key qualities would be potential, you reject the crap. So that basically means anything in your life that's not serving you, you would naturally just reject. You would be self-confident and you would have intellectual power. Then if you they was the key qualities. If you go into unbalanced solar plexus chakra, you could have lack of control in one life, bad making decisions, low self-esteem, anxiety and depression. So let's look on. A balanced solar plexus chakra would give you would have amazing confidence but not be arrogant with that. You would feel self-motivated. You would have a sense of personal self and power. There would not be anxiety or depression within the body. You would have a control over the life. So heart chakra key qualities: social identity, self-love, inner harmony, healing with herbs and nature, compassion and environmental awareness. An unbalanced heart chakra, you could be over emotional, you could have outbursts, there could be jealousy or possessiveness, you could suffer with panic attacks, allergies to plants and animals, asthma, and back and shoulder pain. So a balanced heart chakra, you would have a life full of love, you would be forgiveness and compassionate, there would be self-value, you would give and receive love equally. So as we move on to the throat chakra, the key qualities for the throat chakra are great communication skills, full of creativity and ideas, being truthful with kindness, a great listener and great wisdom. Unbalanced throat chakra would bring lack of communication, voice loss, stammering, sarcasm, prejudice, dishonesty and frustration. A balanced throat chakra would bring on leadership skills, justice, knowing your life's plan, creativity skills, contentment, and you would find it easier to get into meditation and communicate. The third eye chakra key qualities are to connect to and communicate with angels, have clairvoyant and healing powers, connect with spirit guides, inspirational thinking, and tap into limitless knowledge. An unbalanced third eye, brow chakra, would be lack of discipline, fear of success, low ambition, headaches, lack of life and acceptance. A balanced third eye, brow chakra, would be healing abilities through angels and guides, evolved intuition, not attached to material things, can experience unusual phenomenon, be charismatic and highly intuitive. The key qualities for the crown chakra, so we're at the top now, would be to connect to the mind, body and spirit. Perfection, ability to tap into other knowledge, nobility and energy healing. An unbalanced crown chakra, you could suffer with obsession with perfection and beauty, the inability to value real love, constantly exhausted, can't make decisions and no sense of being. The balanced crown chakra, you would have a magnetic personality, transcendent, you would be at peace with oneself, fulfillment of dreams and ambitions, wisdom and whole body health. So that was just all the boring stuff out of the way. I just kind of wanted you to understand what the chakras do. And today's video is about the 7 chakras, but mostly more about mental health and how crystals have helped me. So I always found when I was suffering with depression or anxiety, it would always mostly affect my head, where my thought process was, and my solar plexus, where anxiety and depression and worry sit. It's almost like when you have a panic attack, you can feel it here. It's like your heart's here, but your heart's beating here. And it's, if you've ever suffered with anxiety or you know somebody that has, then you know it's not a nice thing and it's horrible. And perhaps some people watching this video that know me wouldn't even know that I've suffered with these things. And I'm going to be very honest today in sharing my mental health story. So I've been in therapy from the age of 14 to about 30. I was finally diagnosed with a borderline personality disorder, but my personality disorder is more emotional. So I'm EUPD, which means I have an emotionally unstable personality disorder. So emotions, I'm a very emotional person. And the best crystals I came across to help me through my anxiety, I first started to resonate with yellow crystals, so they worked great with the solar plexus. And I always love citrine. This is a rough piece of citrine. It can come in polished tumbles. So you can find it in all different shapes, cuts, polishes. You could even get citrine in a little point. Points are very healing if you wanted something like one of these in your home or by your bed. Again, you might want to carry it in your pocket or put them in your bag. So tumble stones are really good for this. So if you're suffering with anxiety, think yellow crystals to really work with the solar-plexus. This is a piece of yellow fluorite. So any yellow crystal will work the solar-plexus. And as you do your more research and get better knowledge in crystals, you may connect to other crystals that are going to do that job, but perhaps not be yellow in colour. Other crystals I've really found helpful would be smoky quartz. So again, this is kind of a smoky quartz point. We've got a little cluster and a gallet and then a tumble. So smoky quartz, it's quite dark in colour, but as you can see, it's still got some clear kind of inclusions and markings to it. For me, smoky quartz just brings me straight back to the earth. So if my head's really busy and I'm thinking of all negative things or things that I shouldn't be, smoky quartz pulls me straight back to the earth. It really connects me back to nature, it grounds me, and it makes me feel a bit complete to the earth. So smoky quartz is another great crystal I find for anxiety, depression and worry and things like that. Also, another crystal I have found a great help for me would be, let's touch on rose quartz. If you've not got crystals and you're thinking of obtaining some, I would recommend amethyst and rose quartz are the best starter crystals, they really are. So rose quartz here, I have a little rose quartz heart. I sleep with this every night and it goes, if I leave the house it comes with me, it's in a bag or a pocket. This is just a bit of a pebble, a rose quartz pebble. Here I've got a bigger piece of rose quartz, so this is like something you could have in your home as an ornament. So rose quartz again comes in all shapes and sizes. This is a rose quartz flame, so you can get them in all different shapes, whatever you're after. This is a rough piece of rose quartz, so this is how it comes out the earth, it's just rough. I love rough crystals, I love all crystals, there's no point me saying I love rough because I love them all. But rose quartz is really, really good. It is the crystal of love. So it's going to bring love into your life. It's going to help you love yourself, self-confidence, build relationships. It's just a beautiful crystal, rose quartz. It really is. So now let's go on to some amethyst. Amethyst is, again, a stunning crystal. Best amethyst tends to come from Brazil. This here is a bit of a chevron, so it's got some beautiful different markings. These are just little amethyst tumbles. So amethyst is great for spiritual protection, and it's also really good for opening up spiritual development. So if you're becoming an awake spiritual being and you want to look into things like that, amethyst is a great one to have around. It will protect you and it'll help you develop. Again, amethyst comes in all different shapes and sizes. This here is a cluster. This is a AAA grade piece of amethyst. So AAA grade is quite pricey, but then again, you can go and get an A grade piece of amethyst. Obviously, you can see the colour difference. They're still going to have the same kind of emotional and physical benefits. Again, amethyst great with rose quartz. If you had a piece of rose quartz and a piece of amethyst and you're suffering perhaps with sleep due to your worry, anxiety, depression or insomnia, rose quartz and amethyst together, great under the pillow for sleep. Really recommend those ones. Also, some other crystals here we've got. I wanted to talk about this one. Somebody once said it looked like a cornflake, which I kind of understand. But this is desert rose, so it is recognised as a crystal. It is formed in the desert, and how that works is as the gusts of wind come along and they push all the particles of sand, they fuse and form into this. And I mean, the inclusions and markings on these are stunning. You can't exactly whack this in your handbag or a pocket, but again, you can get a piece of desert rose smaller. So these are great to pop in your bag, your car, or carry out and about with you. Again, a piece like this would be lovely near your bed or in your home. Again, it's going to bring in a lovely calming energy. Really is good for anxiety. I find it really resonated with me, this crystal. Again, because of the colour, it's going to kind of connect you back to the lower chakras, so keep you quite grounded. Again, desert rose, love it. Now, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, we'll do rhodonite. Again, a very pretty crystal. For me, I connect to this crystal, I think, because of the two colours. So the pink in this crystal is going to connect you straight to the heart chakra, so it's going to give you some love, self-love. And obviously then the darker bits of this crystal, I feel, just pull you straight back to the earth, keep you grounded and connected to nature, which is lovely. So this is another great crystal for anxiety, depression and worry I found in my experience, and this is rhodonite. I will list all the crystals I've spoke about down below in the box, so if you want to read and find the names, they'll all be there for you later. Next one, what should we talk about? Okay, let's do a bit of carnelian. Again, carnelian can come in all different shapes and colours. This is a free form, so a freestanding piece of crystal. Here we've got a slice, both carnelian. Again, because of the colours in this, it's obviously got the oranges and the reds and a slight yellow tone. So think of these chakras down. So like the solar-plexus, the sacral and the root is going to pull you back to nature. It's going to ease off anxiety. Again, you can find carnelian in a tumble stone. Great to carry in your bag if you're suffering with any of the things we're speaking about. That's a lovely crystal carnelian. Also, what else do we need to talk about here? Right, I think I've touched on all of those. I just want to talk about clear quartz. So obviously we had clear quartz in the little 7 chakra tumbles earlier at the beginning of the video, and clear quartz would go for your crown chakra. Clear quartz is probably one of the most healing crystals on the planet. And when people say, do crystals work? I think quartz has been in automatic watches for God knows how long. Quartz has an energy and a power. So yes, they do work. The Egyptians knew the power of crystals. Many races before us knew the power of crystals. So each to their own. Some people don't believe. A big part of crystals working, you have to believe and you have to meet them halfway. I think if you've got the intent, then it's going to meet you and you're going to get the benefits from it. You can't just buy a crystal and expect it to work within 10 minutes. You need to believe. You need to perhaps put some intentions into that crystal and connect with it. And then, honestly, it is amazing. It really is. I've just had the most beautiful experiences with crystals. There's been times when I've been going to do a food shop and I've been in Asda and my trolley's pretty much full, and then I start to have an anxiety attack and I've literally had to leave my trolley and walk out. And if you haven't suffered with anxiety, you won't understand. It is a horrible, horrible feeling. It is literally like the whole world is just shrinking in and you just need to escape. It's a really horrible feeling. And I found crystals really helped me. So if any of you are watching this and you are suffering with this, look into crystals. It really did. It was my saving grace. It really was. And meditating with crystals and doing some guided meditations, you honestly get beautiful results. You really do. Don't be afraid to look at other like YouTube sites for meditation and crystal knowledge. I think knowledge is great, and the more knowledge we obtain, the more we can share and spread the word and help others. And it is all about sharing. It really is. I just want to now touch on some other bits about crystals. If I don't tend to carry crystals out and about in my bag, it would be because I'm wearing them. So I've got many different types of jewellery styles in crystal. Here we've got malachite chips. This is just on a stringed necklace. So malachite, like from earlier, it would connect to the heart chakra. You can find necklaces like this in citrine. You can find it in all types of crystals. So there would be a necklace that would suit what you're wanting from a crystal, definitely. Here I have got strings of some beautiful, beautiful bracelets. These are here from my darling friend over at Zen AF Healing. You can find her on Instagram and YouTube. She makes beautiful creations. And here I've got some. I won't put them all on now. Tiger's Eye. When I was really suffering, Tiger's Eye really helped me. So the story behind Tiger's Eye is, they say that back in the day, in like ancient times, they used to give this to the warriors to go into battle with because it would give them courage and confidence. And I think if you're suffering with mental health, then we probably all need some courage and confidence. And Tiger's Eye has been great for me. And if I was in a shop or I got a little agitated or I felt a bit like I needed to escape, I would just sit and rub one of the little balls. And honestly, it just makes me feel great. It just connects me and I kind of breathe. So I think beaded bracelets are amazing, they really are, and it's almost nice to like touch and feel. There's a nice texture to them, they're always cold. So yeah, crystal bracelets are great. And unisex, all crystals are unisex. I think some people think they're just for men or just for women, they're not. Literally, some crystals will have a feminine energy and some crystals will have a male energy. But as human beings, we have to understand we have both those energies in our body. Men and women have both female and male energies. So yeah, how to look after these. What I tend to do, selenite is a great crystal to keep in your home. It's high vibrational and it's just got a beautiful calming energy. It keeps other crystals cleansed and cleaned. So what I do when I go to bed, every night, I take off my crystal bracelets, because I do tend to wear them daily, and I just put them on here like this and I lay it on my little bedstand, and then I know that the crystals are all being cleansed. and they're all fresh for me the next day. The reason I say they're being cleansed is because think of crystals as a sponge, and they have the power to absorb. So if you're surrounded by some negative people or energy, or you've been somewhere and you didn't have a nice day, and we all have days like that, then crystals are going to absorb that energy. You may not see the energy, you may feel the energy, you may not see it or feel it, but energy is around us and crystals will absorb. They're there to protect us, so they will absorb it in. So we must keep our crystals cleansed. You don't have to do it daily. I cleanse my crystals probably once a week. I'm always burning incense in my home, so incense will cleanse crystals. Incense, like I've got some cones here, you can get incense sticks. Whenever you're lighting them, if you've got a few little tumbles, you can literally just wave it over the smoke and that will cleanse the crystal over. Another way, you can get auric sprays. So this is really good. This is a cleansing one. You can go and get these over at a Lunar Elixir. There's an online store. There's about 6 different types of sprays, from tranquility to cleansing. So there's many, many different ways of looking after your crystals and keeping them clean. We've also here got some Palo Santo. You can tell I love this, every bit's been burnt. But Palo Santo is great. I love that for really like removing negative from a space, cleaning the energy, but it also puts positive energy back into the space. Palo Santo is good for that. Sage, smudging, Californian white sage and things like that, again, is great. It will clear all the energy from a room, it will cleanse crystals, but the only thing with white sage and saging, bear in mind, it will remove all the energy from a room, all the negative energy, but it doesn't replace it with any positive. So I prefer Palo Santo for that fact. Palo Santo will take the crap, but put good back. Also, you have bells. So bells like this, Tibetan bells and sound healing, it's done on a vibration. So the vibration is kind of so pure and clean, it will cleanse. Whenever I bring my crystals back from London, because it's so busy there's so much energy around, I always incense the crystals, I do my bells over the crystals, and I just find it really has got a lovely energy to it and it clears them over beautifully. So this has just got a lovely sound to it. I just love listening right to the very end. It's just lovely. So yeah, the crystals are very much well looked after in my home. So yeah, that is just how you can look after your crystals. Also, don't be afraid if you know it's a full moon. Get your tumbles, get your crystals, put them on the windowsill, let the full moon's energy charge them. That's a really good way of keeping your crystals charged. Also, if you've got tumble stones, when they're very polished and they're non-porous and they can get wet, a quick rinse under cold water. I've also been known to take some of my crystals to the beach and wash them in the seawater. It's one of the purest ways. My sisters also said that you can bury crystals into the earth and you can leave them there for 5 days. And obviously they come from the earth, so the earth can cleanse them and charge them. So yeah, I think we have pretty much touched on everything that I wanted to talk about. One more thing. So from the bracelets, obviously this is beaded bracelets. These are quite wearable every day. They go with everything. If you wanted to go for more of an intricate piece of crystal jewellery, then you can also do that. Here, this is a beautiful piece of petrified wood. And the colours in this are really gorgeous. So again, it's got your reds, your oranges, browns. Again, it's going to connect to the lower chakras, keep you grounded. It'd be great for the anxiety and things like that. And this is petrified wood. This is it in a gallet form, and this is it here in a necklace. Also, this is another beautiful crystal here. This is Super 7. So this is made up of 7 different minerals. It's a beautiful, beautiful crystal, this one. So obviously, crystal jewellery can come in all different forms, from really intricate pieces to simple beadwork. These were made by Roma Star, again on Facebook, Instagram. I will also put all this information at the bottom of this video too. So I feel we have pretty much touched on a lot today. I think we have covered everything I wanted to talk about, yeah. So if you are suffering and you're going through any of these problems, message me if you want to know anything, if you think there's something I've not quite touched on and you're suffering with a different type of symptom related to mental health, drop me a message, get in touch. Go add my Facebook and Instagram. I'm under the Crystal Dealer UK, or I'll be under James Ruby-Wicks. Yeah, any comments? I've been loved getting all the feedback. I can't believe my first videos had over 300 views. I'm actually blown away. So I just want to say such a big, wonderful thank you to everybody that's following this journey. and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Till the next video, take care.